Hey guys, I have this like line on my forehead from the goggles that I was wearing today, but I just had a very um a very tough moment today. I'm gonna say it like that. It was a tough moment. And it was a lesson. It was a lesson on perspective. And I think that as the expectation of patients and that kind of thing is growing, and as we're seeing more and more patients in the clinics, and as the kind of demand is growing on us, so there's an increasing demand on healthcare workers because there's just so many people that need help. But as that's growing, if you are the type of person who takes care of people, you enjoy helping, you like, it's either part of your job or it's part of your personality. If you're empathetic and you just feel for others and you always want to help others, you may relate to something called compassion fatigue. And compassion fatigue really is what happens when you, as the name suggests, get tired of showing compassion. And I thought that it was so crazy that today I had that the post about stigma published, and how I recommended that we show compassion to the people who are stigmatizing people who are COVID-19 positive. When today I got served up my very own lesson in compassion. And I think that what's happening is that generally compassion fatigue is setting in, which is where you almost lose your ability to be empathetic. So sympathy is where you feel sorry for somebody. Empathy is where you put yourself in the shoes of the person and you actually think about, well, what would this person be feeling? What would they be going through? And try and imagine yourself in their shoes. And so, part of empathy is being able to then, drawing from what you learn when you put yourself in the person's shoes, you actually learn how to be compassionate. And so today, in like the busyness of seeing patient after patient, there was one patient who like every time he saw me, he just like kind of was like following me. I had told him to wait outside the room, but every time I walked into the room, he would come and say, "Can I come in? Can I come in? Can I come in?" Like many times, to a point where there was one time where he was standing looking at me saying, "Can I come in?" And one of the other clinic staff members was saying to him, "Wait, the doctor said to you, wait, she'll call you, just go and sit down." And I just started getting so frustrated with him that it was like, to me, from my perspective, that he was being pushy and that he was impatient. And I just, within me, I just started developing this kind of, this feeling like, why is he doing this, Until he actually came to sit in my room, and I said to him, "Why are you so impatient?" And he didn't reply. And I was busy writing his name down, so I wasn't looking at him when I was saying it. And I just was writing down his name and his details and stuff like that. But I asked him a second time, "Why are you so impatient?" He didn't answer. I asked him the third time, "Why? Can you tell me like what is the issue? I'm like going as fast as I can. I'm doing as much as I can right now. I can't see everyone at the same time. Why are you so impatient?" And then I look at him, and then he's still staring back at me blankly. And then he eventually says to me, "I can't understand you." And then he points to his ear, and he's got a hearing aid in his ear. And he says, "With the masks, I can't read your lips." So obviously, every time he saw me going into the room, that was a trigger for him that I might be calling him and perhaps he wouldn't hear if I was calling him. Oh gosh, even just like saying it now, my... So, here's a reminder to be kind. And it's a reminder to myself first, because today I really felt so terrible when I realized that he wasn't being impatient at all. In fact, he's probably living in a world right now that is extremely difficult for him to adapt to, because something that he's already having difficulty hearing. He wears a hearing aid. And he then, to compensate for that, obviously relies on lip reading. And now that's gone because we're all wearing masks. And so, yeah, it was just a real moment for me where I just kind of was snapped back into be kind, show compassion. You don't know what other people are going through. And so that's my thought for the day today. So I thought I'd share that with you, and if that resonates with you, then great. But yeah, just whenever there's an opportunity, I love that quote actually, and I'm just reminded of it right now, is that whenever there's an opportunity for you to be right or to be kind, choose to be kind. Take care, guys.